In today's video, we look at ICC affiliate member Belize. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining me in what is episode, I can't even remember now, 5 or 6 of this series where I look at an introduction to each and every one of the 96 ICC associate members. This week is the time for Belize. Not a country I was familiar with up until recent years, and I just knew it was a great holiday destination for sunseekers, divers, that sort of thing, but honestly didn't really know too much about cricket. And what I'm going to sort of go through over the next few minutes is a little bit sort of sad. It tugged on the heartstrings a little bit, and probably the one that I've done so far that sort of, well, didn't really fill me with hope, to be honest. And I'm going to tell you why. So, is Belize famous for cricket? No surprise there. So, a little bit about the country itself. The capital city is Belmopan. I hope I got that right. It's the smallest capital city in the Americas. It's only got 200,000 inhabitants. A lot of people, obviously, but for a capital city, it's not a lot at all. Now, the capital used to be Belize City. But in 1961, Hurricane Hattie decimated Belize City, and they needed a new capital. So Belmopan was the city selected. A lot of stuff still goes on in Belize City. As I said, the population is 2,000. Belize in total only has probably just over 400,000 Belizeans, and it's situated just south of Mexico on the east coast of South America. So it's a South American country, commonly considered to be a Caribbean country, just like Guyana, which is a little bit further down. So Belize was, as with a lot of cricketing countries, Belize was a British colony from 1862 until it gained independence and changed its name from British Honduras, which some of you may remember. It changed its name from British Honduras to Belize in June 1973. So what is Belize famous for? Well, Belize is nicknamed the jewel in the heart of the Caribbean basin, and it's comprised of over 400 small islands known as cays, C-A-Y-E-S. Each cay, and I like this, each cay has a designated watchman, not that type of watchman. It'd be great if it was. Imagine your own type of superhero looking after each island, but no, these watchmen are appointed by the government to look after local affairs, which I think is great. It's the only Central American country whose official language isn't Spanish. Now, I thought Brazil also wasn't Spanish, and I thought that was Portuguese. So what the research I've done is telling me that whether it is the only one or not, Belizeans speak primarily English. It's very diverse, a lot of languages in Belize, and one of them is also Mayan, interestingly enough, because there are like about 900 Mayan sites to explore if ever you visit Belize. I think the sort of Mayan culture, history, I think the Mayans were the first people to settle Belize. That certainly should be on the bucket list if you are visiting Belize. Now, while it's home to the second largest barrier reef in the world, second only to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, it's got the Great Blue Hole, which is the largest sinkhole on Earth. And so, if you're into diving and holes, Belize is your destination. 3 interesting facts that I really like about Belize. One is a superstition, so if you speak to the locals, they'll tell you not to go swimming on Good Friday because you'll turn into a mermaid, obviously. Popular international fast food chains like McDonald's, Burger King, KFC and Starbucks, they're non-existent on Belize, which I also really like. Just sort of strikes me as being a less commercial venue. You get lots of tourists, but none of them can find a Big Mac. And again, one for the environment, that over 80% of the rainforests in Belize are protected by the government, which is great. So a little bit about the history of Belizean cricket. So the Belize national cricket team represents the country of Belize in international cricket. The team is organised by the Belize National Cricket Association, the BNCA, which has been an affiliate member of the International Cricket Council, or ICC, since 1997, and an associate member since 2017. So a team representing British Honduras had debuted in 1960 when England visited at the conclusion of its 1959-60 tour of the West Indies. Belize's first international tournament was a qualifier for the 2004 ICC Americas Championship, and the team has competed regularly in ICC Americas tournaments since then. In April 2018, the ICC decided to grant full 2020 international status to all its members, as we know, and therefore all 2020 matches played between Belize and other ICC members after 1st of January 2019 will be a full T20 international. Belize became an affiliate member of the ICC, like I said, in 1997, and the first international match after affiliating was played against Suriname in March 2004. And that was in the 2004 Americas Affiliate Tournament, a match which they actually won. 2006, they hosted the first ever Central American Cricket Championship, where they won the tournament that also featured Costa Rica and Mexico. Later that same year, they played in the second division of the ICC Americas Championship, finishing 5th out of 5 teams. As a result, they were relegated to Division 3. Belize intended to play in the 2007 Central American Cricket Championship, but pulled out at the last minute, giving El Salvador a chance to participate. So in 2008 Division 3 tournament, although they were favourites to win, Belize finished 3rd out of 5 teams. Later that year, they took part in the second Easter Cup held in El Salvador, and Belize beat Costa Rica and Mexico to finish in first place in that which was a T20 competition. Belize took part in the 2009 Central American Championship, finishing 3rd of 5 teams, and they were beaten by close rivals Mexico in the new 2020 format of the competition. So the 2011 Americas T20 Division 2 tournament, held in Suriname in April 2011, Belize were coached by Badian Wendell Copin, who was funded by the ICC Americas. Now, usually at this point, I would sort of the older history up to recent years, I would cover that, and it's normally at this point I would cover more recent years, and unfortunately, there isn't really any history. Of course, when Belize do play, they play in the Americas Central region. They do have men's and women's team, and I believe they are somewhat still in existence. However, so when I was looking for recent results, I couldn't find any recent results or anything at least since November 2021. So at the point of recording this, that's over 2.5 years ago. So it explains why I couldn't find a regular ground that they play at. There's the MCC cricket ground in Belize City, just north of Belize City, in an area called the Barracks. Now, I believe that was initially the cricket ground, but over recent years it's become more dedicated to football, and all the pictures that I can find of it show football games going on. The reason why I can't find, it's also the reason why the ICC haven't awarded them a ranking. So I would normally display where they are in the rankings here, but they don't appear. Neither the women's team or the men's team appear in the ICC rankings. In fact, out of the 96 associate members, only 90 are actually on the rankings list. So the process of elimination over these coming weeks and months will tell me who the rest of them are. But Belize, again, anybody that knows better than me, or anybody that's tapped into some more up-to-date knowledge or research than I have been able to put my hands on, please tell me. But I do not believe Belize are currently ranked because they haven't played any cricket in 2.5 years. Surely they would be ranked last, but there's probably some criteria. You have to be playing fairly, be fairly active to have a ranking. So what can I say about the future of cricket in Belize? I'm not from the country. I don't have a great knowledge of it. All I understand about the country and the cricket in the country is what Google tells me, what I can find on the internet. So I can only give my opinion from what the feel that I get, and I believe so. Cricket is being lost. There's no recent games. There's no ground, and why would they? We've seen how the ICC. They don't give a lot of money to associate nations, and of course, maintaining a national team costs a lot of money. Let alone if you want full test status, which is ridiculous, because I think one of the requirements is you have to have at least 2 stadia that are capable of hosting test matches, which you're never going to get in the vast majority of the associate members. So any associate members that do manage to get full status, they've put in a hell of a lot of work over a number of years, a lot of investment, and probably got quite a bit of luck there as well. So, where was I with this? So cricket will likely become a legend, probably spoken about by only those from a generation that are about to sort of die out, and that feels like a shame. Because even though it's not part of the West Indies, if you've got a country which is said to be a Caribbean country, you associate cricket with them, and it doesn't seem to be any green shoots. If you want to contact Belize Cricket, Facebook or a Gmail address seems to be the only way to do that, and the Gmail address is on the ICC website if you do want to reach out. So I couldn't find a dedicated website, which is the first country that I've looked at that haven't had their own website. Not country, but you know what I mean, the country's Cricket Association. The last Facebook post was, this really what saddened me, is a questionnaire aimed at understanding. It went out to its followers and said, here's a questionnaire. Can you tell me more about why cricket is declining in Belize? And it gained a few responses. And please just go on Facebook and check, Belize Cricket Belize. You'll see what I mean. It's the last post, and the last post was over a year ago, and that tells a story as well. So to close, a bucket list destination for a holiday, certainly. And I would still like a game of cricket if I'm ever lucky enough to visit the country of Belize. I would love to find a game to watch or even take part in. I'll bring some whites. If anybody lives there and for 1 in a million chance sees this video, let me know where I can find a game in Belize. Around probably the destinations, because I'm probably going to be on holiday at the time, and let me know. I'm sure, knowing cricket lovers as I do, as I think I do, that even if I can't find a club game to watch, if I walk somewhere in the street, down a back alley, or a field somewhere, a plot of land, I hope that I still see kids playing cricket. Adults, yeah, of course, but if the kids are playing cricket, that means there's a chance for the game. I don't mind if the bat is a stick and the stumps are a wheelie bin. Let's just keep playing the game. So I genuinely do feel a little bit sad talking about that. And I hope someone out there knows better than me and comes back and says, Rob, you've got that all wrong, and cricket in Belize is flourishing. ICC rankings, what's that all about? They've simply made an admin error. I hope that's the case. I hope that you're working on some sort of infrastructure and youth setup, a permanent place to hang your hat and call home as a home ground. I really hope that that's going on, and that I'm wrong, that my intuition is wrong. I just fear that it isn't. But as always, if you liked this type of content, if you found it mildly amusing or interesting, then you can support me and the channel by leaving a like on the video. You can leave a comment, which is even better if you have the time. Please let me know, like you said, what you liked, what you didn't like, what I got completely wrong. But if you love cricket as much as I do, then please smash that subscribe button for a massive 6. Remember to stay healthy, and as always, I'll see you soon.